While in Dallas, I had the opportunity to stop by Cumulus Broadcasting and catch up with a voice very familiar to West Coast listeners, Dave Williams.
And the KLIF weather forecast from WBAP Chief Meteorologist Brad Barton. It's Texas. It's July. So I don't even really have to tell you, except that it's going to be humid and it's going to be hot for the next 4 or 5 days at least. We're headed toward right around 100, maybe a little bit beyond. 85 right now in Garland. It's 82 degrees in Grapevine and 80 at DFW Airport.
We moved in here about a year ago. When I first arrived, they still had their studios and offices in Arlington, right next to Six Flags, the original Six Flags. When I first got here, they put me up in a hotel right across the street from the radio station. It was cool because I had a window view of the Arlington area. I could see Six Flags and I could see Cowboys Stadium from there. And if I looked kind of at an angle, I could see the ballpark in Arlington where the Rangers played. I was sitting there one evening in my room watching the Texas Rangers play on TV, and somebody hit a home run and they started blowing the fireworks in the stadium, and I could see it out the window while I'm seeing it on the TV. It was one of those odd little things that you get a kick out of, you know. I miss everybody. I miss California. I miss Sacramento in particular. You know, that's my home. I was born there. I lived there for the first 50 years of my life. I still have very close friends and family there. So it's home, and it's always going to be home. But I've also got 2 sons and 2 grandsons and their families in Southern California now. And Carol Ann and I are just kind of, like I say, you know, let's get out and see some of this country before we're resigned to the rocking chair. So, you know, I get back to Sacramento every once in a while. Sometimes I kind of sneak into town and just have time to see 1 or 2 people. But I get around to all of you, whether you like it or not. I was really surprised when we got to North Texas. First of all, I'd been in Dallas once before many years ago, but I don't remember it being as green as it is. I don't remember the trees. I don't remember all the water. There's something like 7 lakes in this area. I don't remember the hills. I thought it was just all flat land. What I was thinking of essentially was West Texas or the southern part of the state, which, you know, is typically desert country till you get to the hill country and so forth. But Texas has several wonderful climates and environments. And North Texas is a lovely green place. We're just about 60 miles, I think, from the Oklahoma border, the Red River. And it stays green pretty much year-round, which really surprised me. Even during the heat of the summer, we get enough of thunder showers and storms to keep the countryside green. And there's a lot of countryside. And that's the other thing that really surprised us about Dallas. Dallas is what? I think the Metroplex, including Fort Worth, Arlington, Dallas, and the surrounding immediate communities, is something like the 4th or 5th largest Metroplex in the nation. But it's so spread out, you can literally be driving between suburbs and going through miles of farmland or ranch land with longhorn steers and horses and big ranches, you know, agricultural land and so forth. And then next thing you know, you're in Irving. You know, so it's a great combination of metropolitan area and suburbs and urban region. I really like it. My favorite story is last summer, our first summer here. And we knew it was going to be hot. But, you know, we're from Sacramento. It gets hot in Sacramento. So I wasn't terribly concerned about that. I was concerned about the humidity. And it is more humid here, but it's not humid like it is down around the Gulf, down in Houston and so forth. But one day last summer, sitting at home after I got off work, it's over 100 degrees. And when it's 100 degrees and a little bit humid, the Texas sun just baking. And so it was sitting in the house, and suddenly it clouded up. And within 5 or 10 minutes, the wind picked up out of nowhere. And I found out later it was up to 60 miles an hour. In fact, it blew down a fence of one of our neighbors that afternoon. And just a few minutes after the wind picked up, it started raining really hard. And a few minutes later, it started hailing. Ice. And it was still over 100 degrees. And within 20 minutes, the whole thing was over. It was completely gone, and it was sunny and 105 again. Weirdest weather I've ever seen. But boy, it's you know, it's interesting. It keeps your attention, and you got to pay attention to it, especially in the spring when you know, when we're prone to having tornadoes. It's just a whole new world for a kid from Northern California. I love it.